Okay, we're back. The first podcast we couldn't really hear Jake too well, so we went ahead and restarted with this one. This one's we should be good to go now. I think we got it figured out.
Yeah, I'm back.
We're gonna I'm gonna start off like I did last time. Jake and I used to work together, both machinists. We're feeling the heat from the oil field. It kind of sucks right now working 32 hours for both of us at two separate companies. Worked together for 7 years. Uh, Jake has how old's your daughter now?
She is one.
One, little Callie. She looks just like you too. It's
Oh
weird.
yeah, that's what I get that. I get that from everyone, man.
It's true though. She well, he's got a fiance too. They've been together. How long you and Carrie's been together?
4 years.
4 years. That's awesome.
Yep.
Uh, they live a few miles from me. We both live in Lafayette. Well, he lives in Doosan, yes, technically.
Yes, sir.
I live in Lafayette. Not too far, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes away. And really,
South Louisiana.
I've only seen Jake one time since he left our shop, but we've remained friends even still. We played Madden together, played some Forza together, different games. It's we're good dudes, I guess.
Oh yeah, we have a good time.
Yeah, we do. We have some stories from the old shop. We have some. We went. Were you there when you weren't there when we went fishing with at Big Lake?
Yeah, I was there when they got all fucked up.
Were you there? I don't remember you being
Well,
there.
no, I wasn't at Big Lake, but I was working there. I just started, so
That's
I
true.
wasn't cool with you guys yet. So y'all
That's
didn't invite me.
that's right. You thought I didn't like you back then.
That's right. You didn't.
Bullshit. I just didn't know you. But it was. I thought you were cute. I was
Hey,
intimidated.
I like gay stuff. Oh yeah, these guys don't need to know about my butt naked affairs in the shop.
Oh man, that's true. Jake went to the bathroom one day. He said he was gonna walk out naked. I'm like, okay, whatever. No, he walked out with pants down. That's back when we were
Yeah.
working nights,
Oh yeah, bro. Trying to get the nights to go by fast.
and they did for the most part. Nights sucked, but it the extra $2 an hour definitely made it worth it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
All right, let's talk some football, I guess.
All right, that's what I'm here for.
What do you think about your Cardinals team so far?
We're making improvements. Carson Palmer just went out, so he'll be out for 6 weeks. But backup quarterback, he's doing well. We
Who's your backup?
It is Matt Barkley.
Matt Barkley, yeah.
Yeah. So he's making strides. I'll tell you what, he's improved over the last couple games.
No, I'm sure it helps that you're getting kind of used to him.
Yeah, he doesn't run very fast, but he's got an arm on him.
Yeah,
But
I have him in my other league. He's my backup quarterback. He's really not bad. He's decently accurate. Kind of he gets the job done whenever he has to come in.
correct. But yeah, offensive line. The right side of my offensive line is kind of they're going through some things. They're not up to par yet.
Yeah,
The left side of my line though, they're all good.
you definitely have some talent on the left side. I've seen
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah, definitely have
Uh,
some talent on the left side. My defense, as you probably all know, my secondary is stupendous.
yeah,
Those boys, they go to practice, they work hard, and it's really showing. Defensive line, I can use some help there. Linebackers, I'm pretty slow at linebacker, but we're making adjustments. I'm making some trades right now, getting some picks. We're gonna make this team happen in a couple years.
so well, it sounds like now you're thinking more long term than just winning it all this season, right?
You're right, correct.
Yeah,
Especially now
that's
since
what I
Carson
would think.
Palmer went down.
Yeah, and it's a long time. He's gonna miss a good portion of the meat of the season there, right in the middle.
Right.
But your division doesn't seem like you have anybody run away with it just yet. The Seahawks, I think, are doing well, aren't they? Oh,
Seahawks, the Rams, I think, are in the lead right now. Oh man, and I just played them, and they tore me a new one. I tell you what,
yeah, I saw that.
oh man, dude, my receivers couldn't catch a ball. I don't understand. I don't know what the hell happened.
Let me see here. NFC West. You're actually in the lead right now at 4-2.
I'm in the lead. Okay. Oh, I'm 4-2.
You're 4-2. Seahawks are 4-2. Rams are 3-2. And our 49ers are 0-5 right now. But the 49ers just got an owner. They didn't have an owner for a while.
Yeah, yeah. They didn't.
That should improve. Looks like your defense is playing well, though. You have, let's see, points for. You scored 159 points, and points against. You only allowed 94 points.
Yeah. They've been really they've been working hard, man. I'll tell you that much. Oh, Patrick Peterson and Tyrann Mathieu, good old
Hmm.
LSU alum.
Yeah. Well, what do you do?
DBU.
What do you do with Matthew? You have him at cornerback now. You left him at safety.
Yeah, I put him at cornerback. I figured having two shutdown corners would really benefit the team.
I can
Plus, I
tell you.
have
I can tell you by looking at your stats here. I'm on Daddy Leagues on the computer, and right now your pass defense is ranked second in the league, which averaging 150 yards a game. That's pretty incredible. So having those two guys at corner definitely helping, and your total yards are third at 218. So your defense seems to be what's carrying you right now.
yeah, that's what we're striving for. We like to be I like to stop people.
Yeah, yeah, we all do. Well, I mean, you're an LSU fan, so
Oh yeah,
you're all about defense. Yeah,
that's
and I'm
right.
looking at your offense now. You're actually top 10 in everything. You're seventh in points, seventh in yards, nine in passing yards, and seventh in rushing yards. So
Awesome.
it looks like your team is it's built for the long haul, honestly, because with stats like that, man, I mean that's important. If you're top 10 offense, top five defense, really, you're gonna win a lot of games like that.
Yep. And we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out on to get better on offense.
Yeah,
If you can think that's possible. But yeah, really proud of the guys.
well, and also, this is your first CFM, isn't it?
Correct. Very first one. So I've actually never played an online game on Madden 16. I've played a couple on Madden 15, and
But
man, I mean, so far I love it.
but like Daniel, our Buccaneers guy, you played a lot of NCAA
Yes, I've
back in
been
the
playing
day.
NCAA since 2002.
Hmm. So it helps to have a little bit of football knowledge.
Yeah, sure does.
Wh- What do you think about the sliders so far? Any adjustments that you think we should make?
Sliders, man. I'll tell you what. To be honest with you, man, the computer can be a little bit tougher.
Hmm.
Uh, man, they drop passes almost every pass. Their
Do they?
receivers, I mean, it hits them. They're wide open, hits them in their hands, and they just drop it.
See, personally, I haven't played a computer yet, so I have no real, I guess, thoughts on how well they play.
Right. Also, yeah, freaking play action is pretty much broken. Uh,
But I think that's Madden overall. I don't know if that's necessarily our sliders because the other league I play in also is the same thing.
yeah,
You really can't run play action, and really a lot of guys. I don't think this is your case because you seem to run the ball a lot,
yeah,
but a lot of guys don't run the ball enough to be effective on play action. And
right,
another thing though, if you call on defense, if you're on defense and you audible to play the pass on the defense, they're not going to bite on play action. They're just going to go for the quarterback.
I
So
see.
maybe guys are doing that. When they're looking at a passing down, they're doing play pass, and guys are just rushing to the quarterback. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe so. Makes sense.
Uh,
But penalties seem to be okay. Injuries, I think they could be lower.
yeah,
But you
but
know,
I think we have a decent amount of injuries. I don't know if anybody's been hit real hard besides the Steelers.
yeah,
They lost Bell and Big Ben,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
haven't had too many injuries. And this year in Madden, injuries are slightly broken also because you don't have injuries away from the ball. Every injury comes from where the ball's at.
right.
So like your O lineman, it almost doesn't pay to pay your backups a lot of money or really any money. You just need your starters on offense because they're never really playing the ball.
Right, correct.
And if you think about it, how many offensive linemen have you seen hurt? probably none. You know.
Yeah, I haven't seen any. And maybe it was just a coincidence, maybe it was, just a lot of people got hurt at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. Look at your schedule here. See who you have coming up. See what? Oh, the Steelers game, man. Yeah, that was
Ooh.
15-7.
Yeah, that was a little gauntlet, I'll be honest. We came up on the short end, but backup
What?
quarterback Barkley had 3 or 4 interceptions in the red zone. You're not going to win games like that.
No, no, not at all. Which is incredible that you still only lost by 8 points.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Defense were stout. Both sides of the ball. Both defenses, I must say, they were both pretty stout.
And how did I can't think of the guy's actual name, but it's like Horatio
Yeah,
or something.
Horatio Cornblowers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
How did he play? He was decent. I'm guessing.
oh yeah, he was okay. I didn't see any cheese plays. He just beat me fair and square.
Good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I see. He played Landry Jones 7 of 8. He had Mike Vick 10 of 17 with 3 interceptions.
Yeah, yeah, Mike Vick wasn't doing a very good job, and we were actually, he wasn't going anywhere actually with Michael Vick, and then he put in Landry Jones, and Landry Jones was able to read our defense, and he made the plays.
Good. That's what it looks like right here. Y'all had 8 interceptions that game. You think interceptions are too high, or you think it's just y'all making bad passes?
A little bit of both probably. I know I've made a lot of bad passes, things that I shouldn't have thrown to, some reads that I could have read a little bit better. But I mean, to be honest with you, man, it makes you a better player. Because
Yeah,
if your number one wide receiver isn't open, you're gonna go to your second and your third receiver.
and I mean, as we're seeing right now by looking at the scores, our games are really they're not crazy scores. I'm seeing a 34-10, a 13, a 31-13, 22-12, 15-7. That's good to see.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
I think our scores are so low. It has a lot to do with the interceptions being so high. I looked today, and we have 3 teams with 19 or more interceptions right now for
Yeah,
their starting quarterback, and that's incredibly high to be in week 6.
right. Yeah,
Uh,
Carson Palmer has 15,
and he's hurt.
and he was hurt last game, so
In 5 games, he's averaging three a game, which 3 a game doesn't sound bad, but it's high. We're gonna have guys go. We're probably gonna have half the league right now go over 30 interceptions, and that's incredibly high.
yeah, very high.
I'd like to see that change.
Yeah, me
We
too. I agree. But I mean, like I said, some of them, there's just bad passes from the user.
and that's what it seems like, man. From what I've seen, I've watched more games lately on Twitch, and we have more guys broadcasting now finally, and it definitely seems like guys are just making bad throws.
Yeah.
The game I watched last night, man, who was it? Oh, crap, I'm drawing a blank here. Bengals and Bills. The Bills were throwing the ball up a lot
Yeah.
to their receiver. They're trying to run a lot of deep passes, which, in my opinion, that's kind of lobby ball, MUT type ball, where you just throw it up to your receiver deep on a street play.
Right.
But eventually, these guys, we all have to learn that we just can't do that in this league because you're going to get picked off more often than not.
Yeah.
You can't throw in double coverage. You have to wait for somebody to get open. If they're not open, you need to throw the ball away or take a sack.
Yeah.
Which leads to another thing about the sliders. Our sacks are pretty high too.
Yeah.
So
And I think maybe interceptions they're so high. Maybe that's reflecting the pass rush also.
I agree. I agree with that. It's one of the things we're talking about right now is slowing the game speed down, going down the slow. You think that would help at all?
In what regards?
Well,
Because the game speed I mean, that's just how fast
well,
everything moves, right?
exactly. Yeah, it would slow down how fast guys are moving, how fast the rush is getting to you. It give you
Also, to actually slow down the speed of like my tailback.
Yeah, it would, but it would slow down the tailback and everybody else around him too.
Right,
So whenever you drop back to pass, you would feel like you have more real time to throw,
right,
even though as far as in game time, you still don't. Your receiver's still the same distance down speed. It just feels in real time you have more time.
right.
So I'm thinking maybe that would give you more time to process what's going on in the field, read the defense. You know,
So yeah, that's possible.
none of us
Something.
here, nobody here is an NFL quarterback. They can't read,
Right,
plays as
right.
well. So maybe that would help.
Maybe
Uh,
so. I never thought about that.
Depth chart. Let me look through your depth chart here.
Go
I
ahead,
should
babe.
I should have done this before on the last podcast too. Just use Daddy Leagues online. For the guys who don't know about Daddy Leagues and aren't on there yet, you really need to sign up. It did cost Chris a little bit of pocket cash, and it's a really good tool to use whenever you're not at home. You can get on your phone and check scores, see who's left to play, see your schedule, see stats, see rosters,
Yeah,
all that good stuff.
yeah, everything. Yeah, highly recommend it.
Let's see here. You really are weak on the right side of the offense. I see your center is only 76 overall. Let's see, his
Yeah,
pass blocking is low. You don't have very good pass blockers overall.
no, not at all.
Uh, Quarterback Carson Palmer's 35. You're gonna have to look to the future on that.
Yep,
Running backs, you're good on running back. You just traded Michael Floyd.
I sure
What
did.
what was the thinking behind that?
That's part of the trying to get draft picks.
Uh,
I have John Brown coming up. He's man, he's a superstar. I tell you what, that guy's fast as lightning. But
see that he's 92 speed, man.
yeah, he's
Oh, see,
yeah, yeah, he
not good like
rolls.
fun.
And actually, he's hurt right now, actually too. I don't think for too much longer. I think 2 weeks maybe.
Yeah, I see a little
Yeah,
injury thing next to him. Two
yeah,
weeks. He's got herniated disc. 2 more weeks.
yeah, that's it.
So right now, looks like you're rolling with Larry Fitzgerald, and who's your number two right now?
Mohamed Sanu.
Sanu. That's right. You picked him up in that trade.
I picked him up in that trade, also with a defensive tackle. He's an overall 70. That was pretty much just a little bit of lanyap.
Uh huh.
He's young though. He'll come around, and he'll definitely be a starter in the years to come.
I hope so. 70 is pretty low to build up, but
Right,
I think with our increase in our XP per game and game prep,
right,
you could build them up.
right.
Uh, I see Fitz is 32.
Yeah, he's getting up there.
Let's look at your defense here. Yeah, you actually have a pretty old defense, honestly, on the line.
Yeah, linebackers
Linebackers,
also.
linebackers are pretty weak. So by looking at all this, you really can go anywhere in the draft besides secondary.
Yep,
Uh,
correct.
what do you think you're going to do with that extra pick in the second round and your first round pick this year?
We're gonna go after I don't think a receiver right now is a optimal first round. I
Right.
think we'll go maybe man, I've been thinking about that a lot. Linebacker or defensive line. Just
Linebacker.
depends on
And you said you run a 3-4, right?
I run a 4-3.
Oh, you're going to stay at 4-3.
Correct.
Okay, so you're definitely going to need some good defensive ends. And
Yep.
I love having good linebackers, man. I think it's so
Yeah.
important to have
Oh yeah.
linebackers.
Yeah,
Uh,
Kelly Campbell has a left end. Right end is a little sluggish there. And linebackers, like you said, man, I agree with you. The linebackers, they play an important role in the defense, man. They cover up the middle, they cover the tight ends.
yeah, and tight ends are pretty important.
Tight ends can kill you.
They will. Another thing with linebackers, you get good linebackers, you can stop the run a little bit easier. And if you want to blitz, you'll get better pressure
Right.
with good linebackers. I love having good linebackers just for the run. It really helps on tosses and sweeps.
Right.
They get to the outside pretty well.
Yeah.
They also read screen plays. If there's somebody's trying to screen pass to their running back, if you have a good linebacker, he'll get there and either pick it off or he'll tackle him right as soon as he catches the ball. So
Yeah.
those guys are important. I think they really are the key to a good defense, at least in between the first down marker and the line of scrimmage.
I agree with you.
Past 10 yards, they're kind of a liability, but you have cornerbacks for that. And your cornerbacks are very good.
Yeah, cornerbacks are real good. Safeties are not bad. Well, my free safety is not bad.
We can see who you have as free safety here. You have Rashad Johnson. Is that who you're starting?
That's Rashad Johnson. He's got a couple picks this year. I think he leads the team in picks.
No, let's look. He let's see game logs. Let's see how he's doing for you. He's got 2 picks.
He's got 2 picks. Maybe that's not him then.
He's 83 overall, so I'm guessing he's your starter.
It might be him. Yeah, he's definitely a starter. But who's the strong safety?
Let me go back. Strong safety is Tony Jefferson.
That's him. How many interceptions he has?
I'll look at his stats real quick. Pull them up. Bam, bam. Game logs. He has 3. He has 1 in the first game, 1 in the second, and 1 in your last game.
Okay, yeah, that's him.
That's still pretty good though, man. You have 5 picks just from your safeties.
Right.
Oh
yeah.
Do you play a zone or a man defense for the most part?
Man. To be honest with you, I go man a lot.
Do you find it work for you? I mean, you have stud cornerbacks, so
right. My cornerbacks are fucking elite, so I really don't find except that freaking tight end over the middle, man. My linebackers will try to cover the tight end in man coverage, and they just can't do it.
The key to that is figuring out a way to put a safety on a tight end. If you can get your safety on the tight end, you'll get better coverage.
Yeah.
Or what you can do is come out in man and have your other linebacker in zone coverage and just kind of double cover the tight end.
Right. The Rams, man. The Rams. He used a linebacker, and I mean he was just freaking lights out of the middle, man. I could barely throw it in the middle, man.
I've played. This is my first real year playing CFMs, and I absolutely love it. But the guys that are the toughest to beat are the ones that can use their cover with their tight end real well.
Yeah, and that's exactly what this guy did. And I mean, I would run a play that had a tight end maybe kind of go deep up the middle, and then like some drags underneath. And man, he was covering those drags. It didn't matter who I was throwing to. It's like he knew who I was gonna throw to.
He probably did. He probably had a good sense of where you were going.
Yeah.
And that guy his name's Quick Draw.
Yeah.
This isn't his first league. He's played in 3 that I know of, and I'm pretty sure he's played more. And so he's seen it all by now. He's seen guys.
Yeah, he definitely knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised that he lost a couple of weeks ago. I mean, look at his schedule here, but it was a game where I thought he was gonna take it. The Steelers game, he actually lost 26-15.
Really? The Steelers beat him?
Yeah, and then the Packers, man. He lost to the Packers 22-12.
Wasn't that a sim game, a CPU game though, or no?
Which one?
Either one of them.
No.
No. They were both okay.
I believe so. Mainly, but by looking at the scores, it looks like he played both. Yeah, I mean that's the 2 teams he lost to are both 4-2, so it's not like he's losing to shitty teams,
Right.
The Packers and Steelers, besides outside of the users, they're actually good overall teams to use.
Right.
And he's on a bye right now. Let's take a look at your Seahawks rival here. He's 4-2 also. You got 3 all at 4. 3 of you guys are 4-2. See who he lost to here. He actually lost to the Rams in week 1, 31-14. It's like he squeezed by the Bears at 20-19. He beat up on the Lions pretty well, and the Bengals actually rolled him 47-28.
Damn.
Yeah, the Bengals are a 3-3 team, but let me take a look at who the Bengals have played. I don't know much about him. I watched his game last night that he won, and he seems to have it pretty well. we were messaging back and forth through a PM last night, and he was asking if I saw anything he was doing wrong, and the only thing I told him was the only thing you might hear some crap about is he threw underneath a lot in the flats.
Yeah,
But if anybody before you're going to complain about him doing that, it's all he had that game was the flats. The Bills played a lot of zone defense
I see.
that left the flats open, so he had to go in the flats a lot. It was
Yeah,
actually he had a legitimate reason for doing that.
right.
And quite honestly, I mean, there are NFL teams that do that. They live off of short passes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I don't want to hear any complaining about it if it does happen.
Right,
Because really, it's on the defense. If they're going to give up the flats, that's on you. There's ways to defend that. That's not broken in the game, so it can be defended. Let's see
right.
the Bengals. I don't want to go through the AFC North, but I'll just look at him since we're talking about him. He's 3-3. He lost to the Raiders. Got a pretty good butt whipping there. But the Raiders are pretty good. They're 5-0. That guy's doing something right.
Yeah, Tico. Yeah.
Yeah. See, he lost to the Ravens, and actually, I think that might have been CPU Ravens. That's kind of surprising. Uh,
Yeah, I think it was.
it was 21-19, so it was a real good game. And then the Chiefs rolled them, but the Chiefs are playing real well. The Chiefs are
Yeah,
5-1 right now.
Chiefs are rolling too. Tell you what, the Patriots too, man. Oh man, I don't I don't know if I meet up with them, but I'll give it my best shot. But I don't know about them.
Man, I can tell you because I play with Chris in another league, our Patriots guy. He he's real good. He plays all kinds of different styles of Madden. He plays MUT. He plays head to head. He plays sim. So he knows the game real well. He has a hell of a lot of experience playing.
Yeah.
So he knows how to read defenses extremely well. And I'm looking at your schedule now. You don't play him this year, thankfully, I guess.
Except in the playoffs.
Yeah, you could play him in the Super Bowl if you get there. Uh,
Right.
I mentioned it in the podcast with Chris that I kind of thought beginning of the year you're going to roll through a lot of teams, and at 4-2, it's looking like you're off to a good start there. You definitely have a chance to make the playoffs. You know.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this year. Like I said, this is my first time, but I'm enjoying it, man. I'll tell you what.
I thought you would, man. You were going to play in the other league with me
Right.
at the beginning of the year.
But man, I
And
saw that shitstorm coming from a mile away, though.
yeah, there's a lot of rules you didn't like. Even though we have basically the same rules, there's just a lot that I guess you weren't loving about it. And
Right.
I think you eventually would have enjoyed it,
Yeah.
but I think you made the right choice playing now. It seems like you have, if you're liking it. It definitely adds a whole new element to playing Madden.
Oh yeah,
You
definitely.
know? And like I was telling Daniel in our last interview podcast, he about the draft. This really, really makes the draft a hell of a lot different because you're going to see a lot of guys that you want go way before you have a chance to get them.
Right.
The computer's horrible at drafting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all different. Everything's different.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a lot more fun.
right. It's a lot more real life.
Right? Yeah. Let's see. Your next game is going to be up against the Ravens, who we actually have a Ravens owner now. So
Oh, we do? Cool.
yeah, it's going to be a home game for you. You're 4-2. He's 3-2. I'm I'm guessing you haven't done any scouting on the Ravens yet.
No, I sure haven't.
Well, let's do that now then.
Let's do it.
Let's go through
What?
his.
He's been CPU, huh?
Yeah, but I think he's played 2, 3 games now. He's been here for a couple of in-game weeks.
Okay.
Let's look at his. Yeah, his offense is. Now this is hard to gauge because it was CPU for at least 2, maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4 even.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna guess it's been 3 weeks because he did beat the Steelers 31-21.
Yeah.
Let's see. His offense is overall points. He's 16th. Yards. He's 19th. Passing yards 19th. Rushing yards 17th. Defense 17th in points. 25 points a game allowed. 382 yards total. 24th. Passing yards 27th and rushing yards 18th. So it looks like his. I'm not gonna say strong point because it's not a real strong point in overall, but the strongest part of his defense is his run game, which is right now is your strongest point of your offense.
Right.
His weakest point on defense is passing, which is actually weak compared to the rest of the league. And right now, your weak point is passing without your starting quarterback.
Right. Well, there you go then.
So I'm guessing that game's going to be a defensive battle.
Most likely. I like a defensive battle.
So we have the trade deadline coming up in week 8 in the game. We're going to probably be in week 7, possibly late tonight or early tomorrow. So are you going to try to make any big moves or try to sell off any more pieces, try to get some more draft picks maybe?
You know what, man? If the deal's right, I have no problem with giving up some players or anything for that matter.
Chris had to watch out for parabombs from the Cardinals.
What does that mean?
The Ravens have a wide receiver named Brett Perriman.
Yeah.
And he's an absolute monster in the game. He has like 97 speed.
Oh shit.
So if you're not careful, he's gonna burn a cornerback, and he's almost broken, to be honest with you.
So what, he just throws deep to him all the damn time?
Well, I don't know if this guy does, but the other league that Chris and I play in,
yeah,
we went through I think 3 or 4 Ravens owners. They kept getting booted because that's all they would do. Perriman would have games where he would have 5 catches for 250 yards. It was disgusting. And it's because the game just could not cover him.
Right.
But
I think I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, I definitely watch for it. But honestly, I think with our sliders on all Madden, you're probably okay with the 2 cornerbacks you have.
Right.
I don't think he's gonna destroy you. With that, I don't know if it's a running game, but oh damn.
I'll put old Honey Badger on him. We'll see what he can do.
He actually might be in the slot. Well, watch out for that.
Oh well.
It's So we were talking about the draft, and you were talking about you'd be willing to sell people off. Is there anybody off limits on your team?
Off limits. Definitely the left side of my offensive line for sure. I need those guys. My 2 cornerbacks, no, they're off limits. I mean, shit.
Well, what about John Brown? He's off limits, I'm assuming.
John Brown, man, that's my speedster there. That's my punt returner, my kickoff returner.
Yeah, he's your number 1 receiver, number 2 receiver. So I don't think you want to get rid of him. Not after losing Floyd.
Right. Yeah, he's gonna have a pretty big part of my game plan coming soon. So.
And being 25 years old, he can be
right
one of those guys that you kind of build your offense around.
Right. Fitzgerald's most likely on his way out.
He's 32, man. He's got maybe 1 or 2 seasons left in him, but
right. So
he won't get too much. I believe he retired after season 2 in the other league, so maybe 3. But even still, he's going to be so slow by then.
Oh yeah.
Right now he's got 85 speed.
Right.
He's going to be in the 70s, and next season I guarantee you he'll be around 80. So
he's clutch though, man. Oof.
He's got hands, man.
Oh yeah.
He catching traffic 95 route. Now route running is good. 97.
Yep.
His catching is 98. Jumping 97. His release is 93. Spectacular catch 98. So he's gonna have those good stats. He just won't be able to run and get open often. But that doesn't mean he can't find holes in the zone.
Right. Correct.
If you're playing somebody who's playing a lot of his own defense and with his route running and his hands, he'll just go sit in the zone somewhere and he'll just be a possession type receiver.
Right. Exactly.
You can still get some good use out of him.
Hell yeah.
I like Fitz. I like him in real life too. I think he's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I like him in real life too.
So, another thing I wanted to ask you was, why did you pick the Cardinals? You're a Packers fan. You're from Louisiana, which is odd enough. Why did you take the Cardinals over the Packers or over the Saints or somebody like that?
I tell you what, man. All the online games that I've played, I've either had the Packers or the Saints.
In the older
in
Maddens.
in the old Maddens, and it was time for a change, you know.
Uh-huh.
And shit, man, I like Tyrann Mathieu. I like what he's done in real life. I mean, that guy changed his whole life around, man.
He did, man. He had a lot of problems with LSU.
Yeah, and good old Patrick Peterson. You know, I have his jersey. I have his LSU jersey, so that's
So you
one
get
of the
you get
main reasons I picked him. You know, young running back also.
yeah, yeah.
So, but
It's
yeah,
definitely a good choice because they're a good team in the game.
oh yeah, definitely.
Uh, really, like for the next for Madden 17, you don't want to pick a team that is just good in the game. I think I mentioned it in the other podcast. The problem with that is you'll get somebody you'll get a team like the Seahawks or the Patriots. They're really good, but then you end up you can't pay all these guys, or you don't really pay enough attention to team building. So
Right.
you end up losing those guys, and
Yeah, yeah, you're
you
screwed in the next 3 years.
right. Year 1 and 2 you're good, but years 3, 4, 5, 6 you're kind of on the back end, and you're just having a shitty time playing the game.
Right.
That's when it's most important to have a competitive team too, because by then, in season 4, season 5, it's not during football season anymore. So if your team's bad, you're gonna lose interest.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. Just like you said, you're gonna want to quit on us, you know?
Yeah, and we definitely don't want that.
Oh no, y'all are doing great things with the league, man. Y'all are doing things to keep us interested, man. I appreciate that, you know. I'm sure everybody else does also.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that too, because we do a lot. Trying to recruit and try to keep guys talking and interested in what we're doing, because we don't want to lose anybody, especially before the next game comes out. Because once that game comes out, it's going to be a lot of fun having guys that they all kind of know each other. They have a good
Right.
idea how these guys play. So I want everyone, especially the guys who are new to it, like you, that are new to CFMs, to really get the full experience. You start out in season 1, and you have 8 seasons to play. And
Right.
it's a great experience. It's a lot of fun, and that's been our goal from the beginning, is just getting guys, like a good core group of guys to uh to stick around long term with us.
Right. Yeah, in 6 or 7 years, you know, you'll have a totally, completely different team than what you started with, you know.
Yeah, you
And
really do.
and it's all on your team building skills. You know, you really see how good you are with it.
Yeah, yeah, because at that point, you're not just how good your user skills are, but it's
Right.
how good you are at actually running the team.
Right.
Which is one reason that I would absolutely love if they could finally get NCAA back on
Oh,
Xbox 3 One.
man.
I mean, if you think about it, every 4 years you'd have a completely new team, and the seasons are shorter in college, so we probably get through 10 seasons, 10, 11 seasons. So you'd have
Right.
a minimum of 2 cycles of players, possibly 3 cycles of players of completely different teams. And I think
Right.
that would just be amazing.
Yeah.
It'd
Oh
be a
man.
lot of fun.
Yeah. I hope they continue that, man. I don't know what the deal is. I haven't been following it lately, but I hope they bring that game back, man. You know.
Yeah, I do too. That was one reason that I had put up a poll a couple of days ago about if we wanted to do free agency a max of 3 years or 4 years. What 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 did you vote on?
I voted for 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, I just think 3 years is kind of short.
It is. It is short. I, I voted for 3, but that was only because I think that being that we only get 7 to 8 seasons in a full cycle of the game, if we
Right.
have 3, we can get that's if we have 3 years, we can get 2 cycles of players. You have to
Yeah.
resign them twice instead of once.
Right. I see what you're saying.
So I'd like to see it a little bit shorter, but I'm fine at 4 years too. I think 4 is still better than 5. It's I think 5 years. In season 3, you sign somebody to a 5-year deal. He's going to be on your team the rest of the cycle.
Right.
And but there is a downside to doing a 3-year deal. The money isn't as spread out. You're putting all that money on 3 years, which kind of makes it a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
Your guys are probably less likely to sign during the season because they're wanting a 5-year deal and you're only offering 3. They want 5 years, 100 million. You're giving 3 years, 60 million. It's not what they want.
Right.
The plus side though is if you do sign somebody to a 3-year contract, in Madden, if you do a 5-year contract and after 2 seasons you decide you're going to cut the guy or you're going to trade the guy, you still pay him that bonus money for 2 more seasons. So if we do a 3-year contract, after 2 seasons you trade the guy, you're only going to pay 1 more year on that on his bonus instead
Yeah.
of 2 seasons. Where
Yeah.
if we're in a 5-year deal, you're going to have to play. If you're 2 years in, you have to pay 2 years after that.
Right.
It's just that's just a little thing that kind of frees up some cap space for you, uh, short and long term.
Yeah. Kind of comes out to money.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing, man. One thing that a lot of you guys are going to learn, and I learned a hell of a lot this season, is how the salary cap works, not just in Madden, but in the NFL. Now, that 2-year signing bonus thing the NFL doesn't do it that way, but you still learn how contracts work overall. You'll sign somebody to a 5-year, $100 million contract. It's not just $20 million a year that you end up paying them. You end up paying them like 18 and then 20 and then 20 whatever, or 15, and then it goes up from there. So every year it's a higher contract, which that's
Right.
how it works in the NFL. A lot of these guys, they get 5-year contracts. They rarely get the money at the end of the contract. They'll get 20 million a year for 5 years, and then after year 3 they restructure to where they're back to making 15 million a year.
Yeah.
Instead of getting the 25 that they had at the end of the contract.
Right.
The contract looks good, but it's not as good as it really is, and that's actually how it works in real life too.
Right.
So
It's not really realistic.
no, because we have to pay these guys the entire amount.
Right.
Because and another thing is, in real life, a lot of times they can cut a guy. They have, I guess it's in the contract. I'm not really sure how this works, but they'll sign a 5-year contract, and before the last year, the teams have until like March 1st to cut a guy. And if they cut him before then, they don't have to pay him the money for the next year. It doesn't in Madden. We don't have that luxury. We cut somebody, we're stuck with the cap hit for that year.
Right. Yeah. You got to pay them.
Yeah, it won't be. It's going to be for the bonus, I believe. It's not for the salary. But real life doesn't work like that. And what kind of sucks about bonus money in the game though is if you give somebody $10 million in bonus money for, let's say, 5 years, $3 million a year, if you trade that guy, you still pay him the bonus money because bonus is guaranteed money.
Right.
For 2 more years, you pay him the bonus money. But whenever you give somebody $10 million in bonus, it comes out of our funds. That's why we have owners. It comes out of funds. Well, if you have, let's say you have 50 million in funds at the time, then you give them 10 million. That 10 million comes out of the funds immediately. So now you're down to 40 million in funds.
Yeah.
But yet you still pay 2 extra years. It's kind of an odd way that it works.
Yeah, but just like you said, we don't have the luxury of cutting somebody before March 1st,
No, right. So we went over your division here. We seeing that you're still at the top and you're number 1 in the standings. Let's look at the overall conference.
Okay.
Where we're at. We're about a third of the way through the season, roughly. Well, I guess we're over half. We're over a third of the way. We're not quite halfway, but we're up there. Let's see. You're actually third in the NFC right now overall.
That's not bad,
No, you're 2 games behind the Vikings, who are 5-0, and 1 game behind the Cowboys, who aren't even playing games, and he's winning. So he's 4-1.
Now, who's that now?
The Cowboys.
I see.
That guy Brett He's played in leagues for a while now, and he's actually good. So when he does start playing, if his team's even sniffing the playoffs, it's almost a sure bet that he's going to make the playoffs. If he has a chance to get in.
Yeah.
Whenever he starts playing his games, I don't think he's gonna be able to play because I think he's tied up until April, and we're going to be through this first season way before then. Each season takes roughly a month, and at the rate that we're advancing, if we get a couple of 1-day advances instead of going the full 48 hours,
Yeah.
we're gonna get through this season really quick.
Oh yeah. We are moving pretty quick.
Yeah, we're in week 6 already, man. We're about to be in
Yeah,
week 7. You
I'm
know,
okay with that.
hell yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Uh, okay. Off-season moves. Do you think you're going to be, I guess, more aggressive in the draft, or you think you'll be more aggressive in free agency? Because you have, it looks like 20 million in cap space right now, so you have money to make moves in free agency.
Yeah. It all depends on who comes available in free agency. I really think those the first few rounds of the draft are really important.
They
For
are.
your
They
for
are.
your team building and all that. I mean, it just depends on if someone I need comes up in the free agency.
Uh-huh.
I'll definitely shell out the money. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
Money talks.
Yeah. Especially if it's a good player. That's one thing about if we don't have any CPU teams by the time free agency comes around, you're going to see a couple of guys hit the free agent wire because the computer doesn't sign some of these guys. Uh, I don't know if everyone's going to be real aggressive on signing their best players, but you're still going to see here and there guys that hit the free agent market that are they're gonna be surprising. You're gonna see a couple of not really big names, but you'll see some names, some guys that are rated in the mid 80s, and you're
Yeah.
not gonna see any 95 overall guys hitting, but you'll see some good role players and for teams like that have a lot of holes like my team. Uh, free agency makes a big difference for your team. You can pick up a lot of guys there that fit you, and even there's even sometimes there's guys that I give you an example. In my other league, I'm the Saints, and there's Julian Stanford. He plays for the Jets in the game. He's like 75 overall because of the scheme that he plays in. But in my team, in my scheme, he was like an 84. He's a real
Yeah.
a real fast linebacker, and he's a really good player for my team. He's I think he's one of the top linebackers right now for best linebacker of the year in week 14. So a lot of it has to do with scheme. There's guys that are running a 4-3 right now that want to go to a 3-4, so they're going to start losing their guys that don't fit that scheme,
Right.
and vice versa. You'll see
Right.
other guys hit it. Uh, I see on Daddy Leagues it has the Cardinals as an attacking 4-3. Have you changed your scheme in the game yet to play a 4-3?
Yes, I actually did last game against the Steelers,
Oh, okay.
and I was
Okay.
looking at that. It must not have updated yet or something like that.
No, yeah, Daddy Leagues takes a little while to update for that.
Okay, that must be it then. But yeah, definitely change it to a 4-3. It was a 3-4.
Uh huh.
Um, I don't really like 3-4. I like four down linemen. I think it stops the run a little bit better.
Yeah.
But you need some defensive tackles. That's something that I'm lacking on right now.
Yeah, you need two of them. You can't just have one.
Right.
Well, I'm the same way. I prefer playing a 4-3. Um, only because what I like to do is get four good down linemen, four guys on the line of scrimmage,
Right.
and not have to blitz as often. If I have two good defensive ends that can get to the quarterback
Right.
and two good run stoppers up the middle, I can just have my linebackers playing in zone, sitting back there, or playing man coverage, and
Right.
it makes I'm not giving up big chunks of yards or giving up easy passes.
Yeah.
The bad thing about a 3-4 is that your linebackers are blitzing a lot. It's not
Right.
both of them, but
Yeah.
on the other hand,
Usually one of them's coming in.
yeah, and but that's actually a good thing too because you can kind of you can show blitz on the right side and then actually blitz on the left and have your guy on the right side drop back into coverage. So
Yeah.
the offense can't really adjust to where they think you're going to be blitzing from if you're able to disguise your blitzes.
Right.
Or you can have both ends blitz and have both middle linebackers drop back, or have both middle linebackers blitz, have the two outside guys drop back.
Yeah, you definitely have a lot more options rushing the passer with a 3-4.
Yeah, but I think you're doing the right thing going on a 4-3, right? Especially for this season because you don't have real strong linebackers,
Right.
which you do need very good linebackers to play a 3-4 defense effectively.
Right.
You know, so I think that's the right thing for now. You just gotta find guys that fit in the spots. You don't want uh, you don't want to get a 3-4 defensive end and put him on a 4-3 in a 4-3 on the end. He's not going to be as effective. He's a little too big and a little too slow to do that.
Yeah, I
Uh,
see.
but you can, if you get a 3-4 defensive end, you can move him to uh, defensive tackle position, a nose tackle down there, and that makes a big difference. You can do a lot of that. I was actually trying to work out a deal with the Jets where I was going to get one of his guys. I think it was Richardson or that I was after.
Yeah,
I don't really remember, but it's one of those guys he had on the trade block, and that's what I would have done with him. I put him at defensive tackle, and they actually make very good tackles.
yeah.
That would have been nice.
I'll have to. Yeah, I'm gonna look at all that. I'm gonna look at all the schemes and all that. Make sure all my guys are going or where they're supposed to be. And but for the most part, yeah, 4-3 is it's my whole damn defense, man. That's all their schemes, you know. Linebackers for sure.
Oh, look, I'm seeing Horatio Cornblowers is talking some shit here. He said after saying you were going to have to run up the score on the Steelers a few weeks ago, what do you have to say about your offense 7 points?
Yeah, well, I figured he would chime in. You know, that owner there, let's just say he's lucky he has Mike Tomlin as his head coach.
Well,
But
I mean,
I mean, for the most part, you know, like I said, man, I threw 3 picks in the red zone. One of those picks, my guy was wide open, and his freaking linebacker jumped up 10 foot in the air and snatched it out of the air. So that would have been a touchdown. But I'm not gonna make excuses, you know.
yeah, I hear you.
We'll meet up again.
Yeah, and 15-7 is not exactly an ass whipping, so
Yeah, that was a good defensive battle, man.
yeah, that's
Like
good.
I said, I made some bad reads. Shouldn't have thrown some passes that are thrown, and we'll work on it, you know.
Let me give him a link, see if he wants to call in or not, if that was his only question he had.
Yeah, go ahead and let him call in.
Blah, blah, blah. Hangouts. What am I looking at here? Let's pull it up. Copy this. We're going to paste this in the chat and hope that works.
And yeah, that was another thing about the Horatio. He said I was lighting up his halfback while he was trying to run down the clock. I mean, what am I supposed to do, man? I was trying to make you fumble,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's
you know. I mean, I
what
was
you have
down
to
by a
do.
touchdown, you know, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, you know.
Yeah,
And he was on his 20-yard line. I just kicked the ball off to him, you know. Of course, I was trying to light him up,
try and get him out the game or trying to pop that ball out.
trying to pop that ball out, you know. And I said, I don't, you know, and nobody wants to hurt anybody on purpose, you know. I mean, I was just trying to get that ball, you know.
Oh my God, I'm looking at a stat here that Brett Perriman in our league. He says Perriman in our league. I don't know if he's talking about this league or if he's talking about our our other league that Chris and I play in. But it says in our league, 18 receptions, 600 yards,
What?
and it says GOAT, greatest of all time. That
18
is
receptions?
600 yards.
Dude, that is insane. That's 33 yards a catch.
Yeah, man, that's
What the hell? Oh, he must be just throwing it up to him then.
either that or he's just getting open and he's taking it to the house.
God
Yeah.
damn.
I see a lot of guys, and Chris is just posting on here. He said most lobby ball game I've ever seen.
Oh, well, there you go.
Lobby ball is exactly what it sounds like. It's guys who play head to head in the lobbies, and they run little money plays. They run a lot of deep plays.
Yeah,
It's not real football.
right,
It's the whole reason that we started. We play in sim leagues is to get away from that type of football.
right,
It's because it gets boring. You don't want to defend the same play over and over in a game. You don't want to watch guys uh, take it. Exploit the game, and
right. That's exactly what they're doing, you know.
that's what it sounds like. But we'll I want to give those guys the benefit of the doubt and say I'm just going to go back and watch the game, which I will.
Yeah.
But to Chris's credit, Chris, if anybody's going to know what lobby ball looks like, it's going to be the guy that plays a lot of both. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, I mean that's just ridiculous, man. 18
18.
catches for 600 yards.
But I don't think that's on our Ravens owner. I think that has something to do with the computer before. At,
Okay.
at least I hope, because
Yeah, no shit.
if it's not, then it's only 18 receptions in 6 games. That's not a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah.
So you know, it, it it could just be kind of one of those stats that looks weird, but it's not as bad as it looks.
Right. Just kind of, yeah, you never know. I mean, he could be hitting a quick slants and just freaking rolling, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
on a safety blitz or something.
yeah, exactly. It could be somebody blitzing and he's just catching them over the top.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing looks like he said the Eagles Giants game. It was 6 minutes left in the fourth. It was 59-49.
Wow.
That's incredible. We haven't had that high scoring of a game at all this season. As far as back and forth,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Either we have some bad defenses there, which with those two teams we very well could,
Oh yeah.
or those two users are just really good on offense. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna give those guys the benefit of the doubt. We're not gonna say that they're cheesing anything. We're just gonna say they're good
Right.
users until we can get
Freaking
something to back it up.
real good. Division rivals. So
Right. Says DeMarco Murray, 22 receptions. Yeah,
okay. There you go.
yeah. I mean, if that's all he's getting out the backfield and that's all he's getting, you can't really kill the guy for that.
And how many points did they score? How many touchdowns did he have?
I don't know. I don't see the final score yet. I'm gonna
Okay.
have to update it, but it was 59-49 with 6 minutes left. Looks like it was actually Claude, our new Eagles guy, said it was 45-28 at the half, and then the game ended up closer than that. So hey, man, that sounds like it was a decent game.
Yeah, yeah, sure does.
You know, I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. Keeps things interesting.
Yeah, it's good to see because I mean, on Sundays you do see games that go like that. The Saints played in two of those that were just shootouts.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
so it's not bad to see. Uh, Let me go back to that, Lees. You have more time here.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right, we're gonna try to go over some teams here and look at some stats, and we're gonna talk some general LPL football. Let's
I
go.
love it.
We're gonna go to team stats first. We'll look at the teams here. Patriots are leading the league in passing in total yardage, 510 yards a game. 300.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, man, that's a lot. Giants are number two at 488. Bills are at 477. Raiders 473. Jets at 414. Now, I know the Raiders have played a couple of CPU games, so you know I'm sure some of that has a little bit to do with those high yardage. Bills, the Bills actually played me in a CPU game. I had to. He couldn't play until late one night at like 10:30 our time, and I go to work at 6 in the morning, so
Right.
uh, I couldn't stay up for that game. So I just went ahead instead of. I guess technically I could have said, hey, we're gonna have to just straight sim this game, and whoever wins wins, because we couldn't agree on a time, but it's early in the season. He was a newer owner. I just wanted him to go ahead and play the game against my computer, and he absolutely slaughtered my team. But so those yards are high. Giants, 488. I don't know. I know he's played. I'm gonna I'm gonna have to look, but I'm guessing he's played the Redskins CPU already. So and maybe even the Eagles CPU. No, maybe not the Eagles, but definitely the Redskins. The Patriots, I think he's only played one computer, maybe two. But again, that's Chris. He's a very, very good offensive mind in the game. Uh, let's see. Our passing leaders are the Patriots at 371, the Giants and Bills. So funny how that works. Our total yards and our passing yard leaders, top three are the exact same.
Same teams.
Yep. So it looks like our best offensive teams are passing teams, which is a little surprising because passing, with all the interceptions that we're seeing, and I believe Tyrod Taylor, the Bills quarterback, actually leads the league at 22 interceptions right now.
Oh, well, he passes a lot, so.
Yeah, with only 4 passing touchdowns. So
Damn. So what is he just running McCoy?
McCoy's not there anymore. McCoy's no, that's wrong. Yeah, 16 touchdowns. I'm thinking of somebody else then.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn.
He has 16 touchdowns and 20 interceptions. Okay, so but there's a quarterback that has 4 touchdowns and like 22 picks. I just don't know which team that is right now. Uh,
Damn.
yeah, he traded McCoy to get Jadeveon Clowney, which is
Oh,
actually
really? I didn't know that.
which is actually a hell of a trade because Clowney's young and he's a
Hell
stud on
yeah.
defense. And McCoy, I mean, I said in the other podcast that running backs are hard to find in the draft, which is I kind of misworded that. It's hard to find a running back that's elite in the draft. To find Todd Gurley or Adrian Peterson,
Yeah.
it's hard to find that. But running backs really are a dime a dozen. You can, and my other league, I have Bishop Sankey, and he's like right now he's leading for best halfback in the league. So in the NFC.
So it's just what you make him, huh? How you use 'em.
Exactly. If he fits, and he's like 79 overall. So
Yeah.
if he fits your system and you're able to use him, you don't need a halfback that's a high rated. And overall ratings affect the amount they want to get paid. So you better off having a lower rated running back because you don't
Right.
need somebody high rated.
Right.
The rushing, see the Raiders are leading in rushing at 236.
Damn.
I believe he had at one point, maybe he still does, but he had 2 halfbacks averaging 10 yards a carry.
Damn.
But I think one had only 2 rushes.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's why. It's not letting me pull up the Raiders daddy leagues here for some reason. Let me try that again. Nope.
Hey.
Maybe he's not signing in daddy leagues right now. Rushing yards. Raiders, Vikings, which the Vikings, they actually don't have AP now. They have Latavius Murray, so that's probably going to work out for him. And then we have the Bills and Texans, which the Texans, they have LaShawn McCoy and a very good offensive blocking line.
Yeah.
That's good. Let's see here. Total defense. Vikings leading defense. That's probably why he's 5-0 right now, or 6-0, whatever he is. He goes Vikings, Panthers, Rams, and then the Cardinals at number 4, and then Packers. Which the Packers actually surprising because
Well, yeah.
they don't have a really good defense.
No.
So that guy's playing good defense. Nick, our Packers owner.
Yeah, he must know what he's doing because what's his record?
Let me look.
Isn't he undefeated?
He's 4-2.
4-2. Okay.
Yeah, let's see who he's played and lost to. He beat the Bears. He lost to the Seahawks 23-10.
Uh-huh.
He lost to the Chiefs 24-17. That must have been a decent game.
Well, Chiefs are good too, boy.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. They're 5-1.
Yeah.
Let's see, and that's his only 2 losses. But he's beat the Packers. I mean the Rams. He beat the Rams 22-12. He stomped on the CPU Chargers 52-24. And he beat the CPU Bears. I believe it was the CPU Bears 36-21. So, yeah, he's having a decent season. I kind of picked him to do well, and I think he will. He has a bye week coming up, but then he has the Broncos, the Panthers. Panthers are going to be a good game because Danielle's a good use. Even though the Panthers are 3-2, I think once Danielle gets this figured out, you're going to see he's going to start lighting up the league.
That's one of the commissioners, right?
Yeah, he is. He's going to start lighting up the league toward the end of the season. The Packers' schedule doesn't look too bad after that. He plays the Lions, who are 1-4. He plays the Vikings. That's going to be a good game. Vikings 5-0 against the Packers.
Yeah.
The Bears, who are pretty shitty in the game. Then the Lions,
Yeah, they're pretty shitty.
The Cowboys, depending on whether or not Brett's going to be able to play that game or not, we're going to see what happens there. Yeah, okay, well, it gets tough at the end. He plays the Raiders in Week 15. Raiders are a good team at 5-0. Then he plays you in Week 16, and then he ends the season against the Vikings. So, yeah, man, it's possible that the last 3 weeks of the season for him are going to be what really puts him in the playoffs or not.
Right.
Because those last 3 games, being at 4-2 right now, he. I'm not going to say he's going to lose those three, but he could lose those three, which would mean best he can do is 11-5,
Yeah.
which is still good. It's real good. It's good enough for the playoffs, but that means he can't fuck up along the way.
Right.
You know, he's got, and as I'm seeing here, he's got the Panthers and the Vikings before that. So, you
Oh,
know,
so
so he's going to have to win with those 3 games. Then he's going to have to win at least one of those last 3 games, and
definitely.
hope that he doesn't lose two other games along the way. But if he gets there and he's got 5 losses, it's going to be tough to get in the playoffs if he has 5 losses getting into week 15 here, because it'll be a struggle. I'm gonna do the same thing for your team too. I'm gonna look at what your schedule looks like and see what we can kind of predict on how it's looking.
Yeah, let's look at that.
Okay, week 7 you're gonna have the Ravens, then you're gonna have the Browns. The Browns are 3-2. The Browns are actually the only team that's beat me. I'm 3-2, but like I said, my other loss was I guess my computer. The Browns beat me in the on the last drive of the game. He had to go 96 yards to win with like 2 minutes left, and he did it.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was disgusting. But he's 3-2 right now, not doing too bad. I think he's played the computer a couple of times, but he's another one of the guys that's newer to one of these leagues. So I think at by the end of the season, he's going to start coming along. You'll start to figure this out.
Yeah.
Then you have a bye. Well, you Browns. Then you have a bye in week 9, and then you have a division rival with the Seahawks, which is going to be a good game because both you guys right now are 4-2. So that's kind of it's going to be an away game for you, a home game for him. So at worst, you want to split that. You'd like to sweep your division rivals, but you don't want to get swept.
Right.
So
win at least one.
Yeah. So we're going to see what happens with that. Then you have the Bengals, who are 3-3 and they're decent. That should be a good game. You'll be at home for that. It's going to be a tough game, but that could go either way. The 49ers, you should beat the 49ers. Whether we have a user for them right now, but the 49ers are a bad team. So
yeah,
unless he's a super user, there's a good chance you're going to win that one. Then you have the Rams again, who you're going to want to get some revenge on that.
Oh yeah.
Then you have the Vikings, man, 5-0. So you got a nice little tough schedule.
Tough little schedule, huh? Who comes at the end? Who comes at 14, 15, 16, 17?
Well, let's see. After your bye week, it's going to be tough for 1, 2, 3, 4 games. You're going to have tough games. Then after the Vikings game in week 14, you're going to have the Eagles, who are 0-5 right now. He may have just won though, so he might be 1-5 now. And the Eagles haven't had a user yet, so
yeah,
that 0-5 isn't a good gauge of where they're at.
Right, not really legit.
Then you're going to have the Packers in week 16, which that game there could decide for you two who's getting in the playoffs and who's not.
That's right.
It could be a tiebreaker by then. You both might have 3 or 4 losses by then, and whoever wins that game gets in. And then you're going to close out the season at home against the Seahawks.
Ooh.
Which is another game that could decide your playoff,
definitely.
Your playoff hopes there.
Looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it.
It's going to be interesting in the NFC for sure, it looks like. Let's see the NFC overall standings here. Conference. Okay, back to this. There are 8 teams that are above 500 in the NFC. So half of them is above, half of them is under. That's good because there's 3-2, 3-2, then it goes 4-2. So looks like for the first quarter and a half of this season, you guys are all about even, with the exception of the Vikings, who are 5-0. Everyone is right there.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of jumbled together right now. So I think we're going to see. I think this next quarter and a half going in, by the time we get to week 12, is going to really see. We're going to really see who's going to be in the playoff hunt and who's not.
Who's who, huh? Yeah.
Right. We're going to see who's the men and who's the boys.
Hey.
The AFC is a little different. We have, let's see, 9 teams above 500. We have 1, 2, 3 teams at 500. So that's 12 teams at 500 or better in the AFC. So we're really jumbled in there.
Yeah, you got a lot of. AFC is going to be interesting too, though.
It really will. We have two teams at 5-0, the Patriots and the Raiders. We have the Chiefs at 5-1. Then you have two 4-2 teams with the Bills and Steelers, who are both good teams. Uh, then you have Ravens, Dolphins, Titans, and Browns at 3-2. So that's going to be another one where the next 6 games is gonna tell a lot of who's going to be in the playoff hunt or not.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do the Patriots and Raiders play in the regular season at all?
I don't believe, but we're going to look, because if they are, they're going to be the game of the week for sure. It may be the game of the season, because they could meet in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah. Some good old boys, huh?
Look at the Patriots schedule now, and no, they don't play the Raiders this year.
So they'll meet up in the playoffs.
If they meet, they'll be in the playoffs. And they could be the 2 first-round buys. So if they meet, it would be in the AFC Championship game.
Right.
And but they're definitely, both those teams are off to a roaring start. They're going to be in the playoffs. I have no doubt they're going to be in the playoffs. Let's look at the Titans, see what I have coming up, schedule-wise. Let's see. I beat the Buccaneers, who were 1-4. He was newer. I lost to the Browns on that last drive. I beat the Colts, who were 1-5, 20-10, and my Bills lost that I didn't get to play. And then I beat the Dolphins, who were 3-2. So, I had to come back in that game. That was actually a really good game.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about it.
I have next week, week 7, I have the Falcons. I play Commissioner Chris. That'll be a good game.
The Falcons D is struggling, huh?
They are, man. But Chris and I have played since we both played in the NFC South in the other league for 3 seasons. We have a pretty good feel for each other's game. So the teams don't matter at that point. It's gonna
right. It's all about your skill then.
Right. Then I have the Texans, who we're seeing they're really coming along at 3-3. Then I play another commissioner in Dennis. I play the Saints in week 9. Dennis and I have played in the other league, and I believe I want to say he beat me. We're either 1-1 or I'm 0-1 against him. I'm not really sure. Then I play Danielle, the other commissioner, the Panthers. That's going to be a tough game for me. I think I played Danielle once before, and he beat me pretty good. And in this case, he has the better team, so I'm not liking my chances there. I play the Jaguars, who he seems to be pretty decent. I think that game can go either way. Then I play the Raiders, which is going to be a good game because he's rolling.
Yep.
I play Jacksonville again, and then I play the Jets, who I don't think I've played before. No, I haven't. So, but he has experience in leagues, so that should be a decent game. That's going to go either way. I think I have the better team, but he has a much better defense. So it's going to be a tough one for me. Then I'll play the Patriots.
Oh!
Yeah. It gets rough for me the last half of the season, looks like.
Seems like it, man.
I have played the Patriots once in the other league, and I beat him. But
oh, really?
Yeah, but my Saints team, when I beat him, is a lot better than this Titans team right here.
That is true.
Then I play the Texans again. That's going to be another one. We'll see what happens. And then I finish the season with the Colts. So if I'm being honest, I don't love my chances for the playoffs this season. I'm not overly confident that I'll be in the hunt. But hey, you never know.
Oh, definitely, man. You can make the plays to make it happen, man. Anybody can, really.
It's true. Anything can happen, because if, let's say, by the time I get to the Panthers game, Cam Newton's out, or
yeah,
I play the Patriots and he's missing Tom Brady,
right?
Something like that. We don't know what's going to happen,
Yep, that's exactly right.
And on the flip side of that, I could lose Mariota for the season, and I'm screwed. So,
that's why we play the game.
Exactly. This is why I like injuries being high too, because those things make a huge difference.
Oh, hell yeah! If you're one of the lucky ones that doesn't get your starting quarterback hurt or your starting tailback hurt, you got just pretty good chances, man.
We're gonna break down the Falcons here real quick. since he seems to be struggling. It sounds like he's struggling. He's actually fourth in offensive points. He's scoring 32 points a game on offense. That's very good. He's 11th in total yards, 10th in passing yards, 13th in rushing yards. So he's top half in yardage, but he's fourth in scoring. So that means he's taking advantage of his turnovers. He's scoring on those turnover opportunities.
Right.
Defense, actually not as bad as you would think. He's top half. He's 15th in points, 14th in yards, 12th against the pass, and 19th against the run. So he's not as bad as you would think.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
But let me look at his. He and look, hell, man, he's 4-2. I thought he was doing worse than that. I'll be damned. Chris is downplaying how good he is.
Well, yeah, look at him trying to.
That's another thing, man. You know, he's much better than he gives himself credit. You know, his team isn't all that good, all that great, but he is good.
Yeah, he does have freaking Julio Jones. Ball, I love Julio Jones.
That helps a lot.
God, I love that dude.
Let's see what Chris has coming up here. He lost to Dennis 54-38. We had some controversy with fourth down rules after that game. Dennis went for it twice. That was kind of a gate. Oh my God, the dogs are going crazy. Dennis went for it twice on fourth down, which was within the rules. But we realized at that point that maybe our rule isn't the best for the league, because we put it in there to give you the chance and the option to go for it, but we don't want guys going for it every time that they have that chance.
Right.
Dennis didn't do anything wrong. Don't get anything.
Yeah, I played against Dennis. Dennis, he was all right. He didn't do anything crazy like that.
No, he's decent. You know, he knows how to play the game, and he just did what people are doing to him. You know, if people are gonna do it to you, you might as well do it to them. If it's within the rules,
if it's in the rules, hell,
you might as well do it. So he didn't do anything wrong. It just doesn't look good for a sim league. So
right.
The rule is going to change. I believe it's going to go to 4th and 2 or less now, which is going to be better. I think I voted for 4th and 2, but I slept on it afterwards, and when I woke up this morning, I was like, I think I'd rather just have the 1 4th and 5 decision. But whatever, too late for me to take my vote back, so we're gonna just go with that. Chris plays me next week, his next game, so that's gonna be a good game. He plays the Buccaneers. That should be a decent game. I think Webhead should have a few more games under his belt by then.
Yeah.
He should
better feel for his team.
Right. Then he has the 49ers, which that should be. He's probably going to win that game. I think he's actually good friends with the 49ers owner, so I'm going to say Chris wins that game. Then he has a bye week. Then he has the Colts, which I think he'll win the Colts game. And I like the Colts owner. I do. Even though his team's is 1-5, the game I played against him, I liked it.
Yeah.
And then he plays the Vikings, and that's going to be a good game, that 5-0 team. And he plays the Buccaneers again. Then he has Danielle, which is going to be probably – that's going to be a 50-50 game. Jaguars, I think Chris has the edge there, but who knows. Then he has the Panthers again. Then he gets his revenge game against Dennis and the Saints.
There you go. That'll be a good one.
Let's
just like the other ones, the NFC South might be up for grabs for that game. You never know.
It will be. It's going to be a tight race, at least between Danielle and Chris. It's going to be. I think it's going to go to the end of the season. So those they play each other twice in between week 14 and 16. So they play, then they have a game, then they play again. So
that'll definitely be up for grabs.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the where they're going to that's going to decide the division there. I don't think that the Buccaneers are going to catch up. They may surprise us. I just don't see them catching up to those two teams, because those two owners have so much experience.
Yeah.
Dennis, for the most part, because he's in school right now, he can't play all his games. He kind of has to pick and choose when he can and when he can't play. So I don't think Dennis is going to catch them, and I think Dennis is already gearing up for next season. He's more worried about the draft and free agency than actually winning games this season. Not that he's tanking, because I don't think he's tanking. I think he's just he just knows that this season isn't his best chance to win the Super Bowl, so he'll just look forward to next season.
Right.
Let's see. The Steelers are very talkative in the chat, so we're gonna break down his team. We're gonna see what he's looking like. All
I
right.
mean, he really didn't move the ball all that well. You have going against my defense, plus he has a backup QB.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
Le'Veon Bell, I thought Le'Veon Bell was gonna just destroy me, but we held him pretty much in check.
That's surprising because we see a lot of running backs going off, and
Right.
To hold Le'Veon Bell, that's a statement for your team, for your defense. Let's see here. He's 18th on offense in points. He's 10th in yardage allowed. 16th against the pass and 9th against the rush. So he has a really good rush defense, and it's his pass defense that's pass offense. I'm sorry. He has a really good rush offense, and his pass offense is just okay. But that's probably because he's running the ball so well.
Yeah.
Defense, he's 11th in points. He's 13th in total yards. He's 20th against the pass and 11th against the rush. So looks like he has a stout run defense. But if you're going to play the Steelers, you want to throw the ball because he's 20th against the pass.
Right.
Let's see. Let's go look at his schedule here.
Yeah, let's see who he's got coming up.
He's got we got a good one in week 7. He plays the Chiefs.
Ooh, nice.
And they play in Kansas City. So we got a 4-2 against a 5-1. That may be the game of the week there.
I like that.
That's two very good teams. Then he has the Bengals, who are coming along. Then he has the Raiders, who are 5-0.
Damn.
The Browns, who are 3-2. Then he has the Seahawks. He has a bye. Then he has the Seahawks at 4-2. Then the Colts. He should win the Colts game. We'll see. Then he plays the Bengals again, who are coming. Like I said, are coming along. The Broncos.
He's got a tough schedule, huh?
He does, man. He does. He finishes the season with at home against the Broncos. Then he has 2 away games against the Ravens and Browns against the division rivals. So
those last 2 games, that may figure out what's going to be going on in the playoffs right there. That may have some playoff contention there.
It could be. It could have some playoff implications. But I think by looking at it here, that his Week 14 game is going to be a huge game against the Bengals, because I think the Bengals are going to be in contention at that point too.
Yeah, they'll be a little bit better.
The division may be on the line there, especially with the Bengals having Michael Floyd now. I think that's going to help him a lot once he figures out how to use that guy and get him involved in the offense. He's gonna move the ball. So we're gonna see what happens with the Steelers. I think he's gonna have a tough next couple of weeks. For the next 6 weeks for sure. He's gonna be tough for him. So we'll see how he looks after that, because he could very well, if he's above 500 there, I think there's a chance he's gonna be in the playoffs.
Playoff run, yeah. Yeah, we'll see, man. Time will tell. Tell you what, though, man. Overall, man, I really am liking this. I'm glad I joined the league, man.
I'm glad you're liking it, man. You know, this is why I like doing it, for things like this. I love doing the podcast. I think the podcast is right now it's my favorite part of the league. I like doing this more than actually playing the games. I like talking football a lot. We're both huge football fans, and
yeah,
I like talking football, so this gives us something to talk about. That's not, it's fantasy, but it's fun.
Right. Oh, hell yeah! I mean, you're one of the commissioners. You're in charge of 30 teams. You said.
Yeah, we have 30 teams right now.
So yeah, man, definitely a little challenge, I guess.
Yeah, it is, but it's fun. I enjoy it.
Oh, I'm sure you do, man. Plus, you're working 32 hours now, so you have a lot more time for it.
Yeah, which kind of sucks, but
yeah,
for the guys that I know a lot of guys around here aren't from the South, or they're not from Louisiana. They are around here that work in the oil field. But I can tell you out here, man, it's rough. We were working a couple years ago 60 hours a week, just making boatloads of overtime, making money, getting bonuses every month, and it was nice. It was awesome. And then now it's working 32 hours a week. It's these gas prices are nice. It's nice to pay $1.50 a gallon, but if you don't have $1.50 to pay that to pay that, it's really not fun. We have a lot of friends and family around here that are out of jobs right now, and
Right.
man, it's rough. It's sad to see. We had a layoff yesterday at my shop, and one of the guys just had a baby a couple of months ago, a little baby boy, and then they just signed a lease, or I mean a mortgage on a house last week, and now he doesn't. And
That's
yeah,
it's heartbreaking, man.
yeah, man, I feel so bad for the guy. Now he doesn't have a job. But thankfully, I say he doesn't have a job. He actually does. He just got a part-time job Wednesday night. He got a part-time job at Home Depot. So now
Ooh.
that part-time job has to be his only income right now because,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? Nobody around here is hiring.
Oh no,
You
it's
know,
bad, man.
we have I think everybody that works in my shop has applied everywhere for part-time jobs, and none of us have gotten callbacks.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, McDonald's, Burger King, dude. Nobody's hiring, man.
No, and it's because everybody's out. Not say everybody, but there's a lot of people don't have a job, so everyone's taking what they can get.
Right, and they
So,
just the market just got flooded with workers, so they took all the
right,
damn jobs.
right. They don't need us. They have plenty to choose from. And
Yeah.
the I have a friend. Well, Keith. He got laid off from his job a couple of months back, and he's another one that just had a baby last year and got laid off. And he was collecting unemployment for a few months, trying to find a job. He never find a job. He's working with his dad now. His dad owns a paint and body shop, so he ended up going back to work for his dad. And for unemployment, you have to go to a class, some kind of
Yeah.
seminar type thing. And they were saying that as of that time, there were 29,000 people collecting unemployment in Lafayette alone. Just to give you all a reference, there's only 120,000 people in Lafayette. So that's a sixth of Lafayette was on unemployment, and that's not including people who have used up all of their unemployment because you only get it for like 6 months to a year, whatever it is.
Right.
So that's not including those people. So you can say at least 30,000 people are out of a job. A fifth of Lafayette's out of a job.
Yeah, that
You
was
know.
yeah, pretty bad, man.
So while you hear these media reports that the economy's great, it's booming, it's picking up, unemployment's at an all-time low. It's not. I know in certain areas it is, but it's really not. Not for everyone. It
Right.
sucks. It really sucks. We like I said, the guy lost his job yesterday. You have to feel for that guy. It's just a bad situation. You know, it's gonna
Yeah.
be tough. I feel bad for him. Even our old boss Robert got laid off from his job. And this is a guy with a college degree in industrial technology. He got laid off. It took him at least 6 to 9 months to find another job around here. He looked everywhere. He said he looked here, Lake Charles, an hour away, Baton Rouge, an hour away, could not find anything. It's it's depressing. If you have a college degree with a hell of a lot of experience and you can't find a job, things are bad.
Oh yeah, something's not right. Hopefully things will turn up soon, man.
Well, we had a meeting with our CEO yesterday of McCoy, and he was able to listen in on a conference call with the heads of National Oil Well Warco.
Yeah.
And they said that they don't see it picking up this year. Election year is always slow for the oil field.
Right.
They're looking at it being slow for the rest of the year for sure. But he said on the plus side, all these oil field companies that are still producing a little bit, all they're doing is they're using old tools and they're just wearing all these tools out. They're wearing all their equipment out.
Right.
So whenever the oil field does turn around, we do, because it will turn around at some point. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
But when it does turn around, it's going to be hectic because you're going to have all these small companies that shut down because they couldn't make it, and all these companies are going to need new tools for their rigs. So when it does turn around, we're going to be back to working 60, 70, 80 hours a week.
Yeah,
It's just a matter of when.
yeah, and their tools are going to be freaking 12, 14, 15 weeks out of them getting it because just like you said, the tools are going to be so in high demand, bro.
Right.
But we'll make it, bro. We always do.
I believe so. I
A
believe we'll
little bit
make
of
it.
crawfish and a little bit of shrimp, a little bit of shrimp etouffee, some gumbo, some beer. Shit, we'll be all right.
Not a damn thing wrong with any of that.
Hell no.
You know.
Some of those guys up north, they probably never even seen a crawfish.
They think it's a crayfish,
Oh,
or mini lobster.
that's what they call it. Yeah, I forgot. Them damn
Little
crayfish, boy.
crayfish or a crawdad.
Go daddy, boy. Live in the mud, eat some shit. That's all they
Yeah.
do.
Let me tell y'all guys something. The crawfish is amazing. Boiled crawfish,
Oh, bro.
can't beat it. Cannot beat it. That's my favorite. My favorite part about being Cajun is that
The
boiled
damn
crawfish.
food. Hell yeah.
The food is amazing. I lost a lot of weight and I put a lot of it back on because of that. So
Oh yeah, you can't freaking get on the damn diet in South Louisiana, boy.
it's hard, man. You know, especially whenever you know how to cook yourself.
Hell yeah.
You know.
And when you're bored, and whenever you're bored, all you do is cook. Shit.
Yeah, you don't just eat a little snack, man. It's like I'm bored. Well, I think I'll make a gumbo today. You know. I'm
I
gonna
love it though.
Yeah, it's a good time, especially during football season, man. You want to barbecue on Sundays. You want
Oh
to
yeah.
drink a few beers, and and like for me personally, I don't drink light beer. I drink the dark stuff. Sam Adams.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like my beer to be a little bit thicker, and those things have some serious calories in them.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, I got tagged in a post here. Any good electrical field out there?
Oh, that's Chris.
Yeah, he said, know anyone good in the electrical field out of a job willing to travel? No, I don't know anybody.
Yeah, I don't either.
Not in the electrical field. Actually, my mom's dad, my grandpa, used to own his own electrical business. He was an electrician for a long time. But I didn't get any of that knowledge. Okay, I think that's going to do it for us here, man. We got a nice long podcast here to listen to.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Jake. I'm glad you did it. Glad you joined the league.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck to you, your fiance, Carrie, and the baby.
Thank you, sir. And
And
good luck in Madden, my friend.
yeah, good luck rest of the season, man. We don't see no injuries, and hopefully you get some wins and make the playoffs here.
We praying, man. We praying over here.
Good. And for the rest of you guys, I want to thank you all again for being in the league because it's really fun right now. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it, and I'd like to get a few more of these podcasts in because it helps to add just to the overall experience of this thing and lets guys get to know you a little bit better.
Correct.
It gives them something to listen to when they're at work or they're bored at home. So
Yeah, hell yeah.
I encourage some of these. So with that, good night to all of you and good luck, and see y'all down the road, I guess.
Good luck, Rich. Keep up the good work, commissioners.
Good luck, Jake.
See y'all.